Ya me ando brincando. Ya.
Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married.
Let's go.
Y la que se va a casar es Isa.
Just kidding.
We're
I love it. We're singing because
Liliana, our manager, station manager,
Producer.
producer. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ya somos damas.
Somos damas
en
vestidos
damas.
rojos, bien
Ah,
acá,
sí,
bien,
yeah, ajá.
for lack of better words.
We're not gonna say the word,
Yes.
but you could just to give you the moms and the dads are listening. Parental discretionary.
Yeah.
Advice,
Full discretion advice.
Manda a los niños
Mándalos
a
dormir,
a
por
dormir,
favor, ya es hora,
pónganse los
por favor.
AirPods, a ver
Los TikToks,
caricaturas,
los
los TikToks, because we're gonna have hashtag
Real talk.
All right, so we have Ilsa Garcia.
Hi, everyone.
We have Marianne Garcia. And I am in between Las Garcia.
Yeah.
So I'm Claudia today. So I'm super excited. So let's catch up. So you have
So what kind of meetings that we
so
have?
you had some juntas today. So I know you
I have
do a lot
incredible
of-
meetings all the time.
about your
Would you like
juntas.
to elaborate on your juntas,
Yes.
your credible meetings? and
So
what those
a few
entail?
shows ago, we
Uh-huh.
talked about the changes in self-love and self-care, and my decision to put myself out there in the dating world yet
Yes.
again, right? Because it's really hard. Girls, ustedes saben, y'all know the drill. Going on dates is so hard, especially. I'm not going to complain though because I made some amazing
True.
people who we've
True.
become great friends.
Yes.
But actually today at one of my meetings,
Una de tus
One of
juntas.
one of my
Juntas.
other meeting of mine,
We're going over the
discussed-
minutes.
Yes.
we went over our board.
What was on the agenda?
So one of the great talks, and I want to bring this up because I
Yes.
think how important it is, was this really weird conversation because, we talked about what is it that you are looking for. You know, how we go on dates and people ask you, what is it that you're looking for in your mate, in your partner, in your future, in your future mate, right? But one of the things that I mentioned today, and I mentioned it twice today, with a great friend, and then in the meetings are dates.
In the meeting.
So how do
Mira.
you date?
La meeting.
How do you date? I
Oh.
date with a purpose.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the person asked me, well, what does that mean? What do you mean you date with the purpose? I date with the purpose of meeting the partner for myself, right? I date knowing that if we do click, this will go forward and then would eventually lead to a great relationship that can lead to many things, right? A marriage or whatever it is that you're seeking.
Yes.
But I do not want to date at this age, and it's an age thing, everyone. At this age, you don't want to date 4 years, 5 years, and then realize that it was just not meant to be. So you should, myself, and I date with a purpose.
I love it.
Me too.
I
I
love
love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have time to waste.
No necesidades.
No.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how do you date, ladies? What is your purpose?
My purpose is to find someone to click with. And if we click, then it potentially could lead to a relationship that could potentially lead to a future. What that future looks like, I don't know. What I would like my future to look like is a future marriage. But of course, I'm not going to go in there on the first date and be like, are we getting married? I'm going to scare the meeting away.
But
junta will be over.
Marianne, when we started this, and
I
comadre,
want to have a question about your dating, because that was one of the controversies that I was in between the Garcias. That one Garcia wants to, like, I don't even know upfront a couple of things. Vámonos.
I need the boxes checked.
And the other Garcia is like, I have a purpose. However, pues a ver, let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
right? But I think it's all in how you see things. So when we started this show and we're going to the chapel, we're going to get married.
Yeah.
I feel like, oh, stop, because on these meetings that I have, when I talk about the purpose of the future, of getting married because I feel this full disclosure, I never been married, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I want to have a wedding. I mean, who doesn't, right?
Shit, I've been married and I want a wedding.
Then
I
what
want
is-
a number two.
So whenever I say that, the meeting person
Yes.
always assumes that what I'm talking is about them.
Them.
And it's
Ah,
not.
No,
And it's like, no, and then
absolutely not.
when
Yeah.
you just said that, Marianne,
Mhm.
that you're going to scare the person away, right?
Yeah.
But then I think about that and I was like, no, but you need to be truthful in the
True.
way that you date, right?
Mhm.
You're going to date in the way of saying, hey, I know it's the first date. Everybody interviews you, right? You get
Yeah,
it's an
interviewed.
interview,
What are you
yes.
looking for? What do you do? This and that. And obviously, I put aside the fact I used to lie. I used to say, no, I'm okay with whatever. You're not. You're not.
No.
I
absolutely
have a
not.
purpose now to meet somebody who is great, to actually share and click, travel, everything that I do,
Mhm.
but very compatible with that person.
Yeah.
And I'm not. And my purpose is that I do not want to realize that we are not compatible 4 years later.
Mm.
Yeah, you know.
I date with the purpose.
Date with purpose.
You know what
I
my
love it.
fear is? My fear
it.
is dating someone for, like, como dices tú, like you said,
Years.
for, a year or two. And mind you, we're not spring chickens,
I love it.
I mean, we look good.
I mean, yeah, it takes some work, but we're not spring chickens.
Spring
And,
chickens,
the
so.
clock is ticking. And my fear is that I'm going to be dating somebody. And if you don't have clear intentions of what you're looking for, what I'm looking for, I'm not saying we're going to get married tomorrow, but
No.
what I am saying is that if there's a connection, then there's a potential future there, right? At least, you know what I mean? And so my fear is if you don't have that clear intention in the beginning, from the very beginning, then you're dating. And what is it just like are you killing time? Is it just a
100%.
filler until is it just Mr. Right now for Mr. Right to come along?
Well,
Like,
okay.
what is that?
So then
what are
are
you
you-
doing? Is it like a situation?
But are you? Oh, no, that's a
A
whole.
situation.
But, okay, so Easter just happened. There's a
Right.
basket. You put a lot of eggs in it. So do you
Mhm.
like? Are y'all the kind that has a basket? You got your little eggs, and you take an egg. You have a junta with one. And you put a bag. You have a junta with the other. And then what? Then what?
Okay.
Well,
I wanna
Oh,
ask-
yeah,
you wanna
maybe-
ask us
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
you don't have-
well,
because
you know,
is that what dating is, right?
Dating is
Dating
that.
is
Yeah,
you
I mean,
have.
great thing, Claudia. Look at the basket. The first egg in that basket to define what we are,
Mhm.
and that you know that you click to that person, then that's the egg that you're going to pick.
The golden egg.
The golden
The
egg.
golden egg.
The
Okay.
golden-
And so
o sea,
let's
ya
talk
andamos-
about-
ya andamos amarillo, ya andamos
Yeah,
amarillo.
speaking now, yeah, we look like chicks.
So, but
Chicks.
let's add a little bit to
Okay.
that. The
Yeah.
definition part. You know, some people just assume because you go out multiple times with them for dinner
Mhm.
or just whatever it is that you consider a
Mhm.
date, that automatically you are now dating. But I am an old timer. I am an old school
You know-
girl. Please define what we are. I like to be known as a
Ah.
girlfriend. I like to be known that we are together.
That we're
and
exclusive.
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 What a
Because
good
you don't-
word.
Exclusivity.
Because you don't want to be like, what is this? And then it's an entanglement, a situationship.
Yeah,
It's,
you know what?
it's a friends
so
with
funny.
benefits.
Yeah,
what is
this? What? And so not okay. When
but
Before you do that, anybody watching us, let us know how you feel, because I know that us three are not the only ones going through that.
yeah,
So comment
let
at
us
the
know
bottom.
comments, and then we'll
Leave us a comment.
leave
Yeah.
us a comment, call us, text us, let us
Yeah,
know.
join in.
whatever.
Let me
Yeah,
throw something
comment.
to you guys. Okay, so like I've been listening to a lot of relationship coaching. Sometimes I don't even know which way to go.
Mhm.
And you told me like you just gotta take the bits and pieces that are gonna help you. Fine.
Mhm.
But sometimes it's like I'm listening to these voices
In
from
my
a
head.
male perspective and a woman perspective, and it's like, okay, call him, don't call him. They text, wait 5 minutes, no, wait a day.
Mm.
Okay, so and I'm like, okay, don't lean back, lean forward, lean in, and I'm like, I don't know what to do now, and if you don't hear from them in 3 days, it's over. Okay, but should I find out? Oh, we've been whatever for like almost a year. What are we? But then I heard somewhere that if you need to ask,
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
whether it's whatever the amount of time is,
I know.
then you should not. It's nothing.
If you
Right?
have
If
to
you need to
ask
ask for a-
that's your answer.
What are we? Then that's the
And
answer.
I feel like, I've been in that situation
Ships.
where I've been in that situationship where I was like, what are we? And the fact that I had to
Just
ask,
say you're like,
The fact that I had
Yeah.
to ask was my answer.
That's okay.
And then I was like, never again. Because that was a waste of time.
Thank you. But and so we spoke about this yesterday, and I told her to please record me. Please
Yes.
record this.
I did.
And I told her,
That's all I
never
can.
in my life will I ever, and you're supposed to say never ever, right? But I
Mhm.
will say never ever in this case. Will I ask a man, what is
To
the role
you.
that I play in their lives?
Mhm.
Because that should not be a question to
No.
be asked. And not only that, for 3 women and women that are out there, your self-love is so important, and your confidence in yourself is more important, and you should think about that before you make that question, before even going on these
Yes.
meetings that I go to.
Yes.
But I going in knowing that I am good with myself, I'm
Mhm.
confident in myself,
Mhm.
and that this is just something that I want for myself. That you want a partner, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not because you're lonely, not because
No.
but this is something that you want. You want somebody to complement this incredible
Mhm.
life that you already have.
Of course.
Exactly. Like I'm
Definitely.
having the time of my life.
Always.
and when I've been asked, I'm like, I'm already good. I'm doing good. I got my kids. I have my work. I have my projects. Like the boards I work with. They're like, I'm good. If someone comes along and wants to have fun,
Enhance your life.
yeah, and have
Yeah.
fun with me.
An
Let's do it.
extension of the fun I'm
Exactly.
having.
I'm like, I'm already happy. Happiness does not come from a person.
No.
And that's been one of the biggest things that I've been trying to instill in my own girls, because the way I grew up was that love comes from you have to get it from doing something. And that's not what love is.
Mm.
A lot
Love
of
is
the
just
times,
love.
yeah. The misconception a lot of times is that you are finding somebody who is broken, right?
Mhm.
And that there's a way that you have to fix that person,
Mhm.
but vice versa. These
Vice
broken,
versa,
you
yeah.
So
know.
this is where the
Yeah.
whole,
Yeah.
the discretion, like,
Is
kids
it-
go to sleep is like, you want to be Captain Save-A-Ho?
I was
You
just
know?
gonna say that.
There's-
But then I listened to the relationship coaching that's what guys like.
Mary,
But
They
you
say
like
it a
to
little
come
bit
in.
slower and give us a definition.
Definition of
Like-
Captain Save.
Captain, so you got this playboy, fuckboy, whatever you want to call it, right? You know?
Love is a battlefield. Yes.
Mr. Our Padrino Chris, hey,
Yes.
Mr. Pignon. So you have this guy, right, who is just afraid of commitment, right?
Mhm.
And he's dating here, he's dating there, and you think you're the one that can just Captain Save-A-Ho. That you're going to be the one to tame him. You're going to be the one that he's
No.
going to settle down with.
No.
Hermanita mía, no.
No.
You are not Captain Save-A-Ho.
No.
You are not a therapist. That is not your job to be mom. That is what we have therapists for. That
And
is
they
what
get
we
paid a lot of money for
and
it.
they do. Trust me,
And
they
if we have
do.
any therapists watching us,
Yes.
Yes.
chime in.
Yes.
Chime in,
Chime
please.
in.
Yes.
You know, instead of being like, I'm gonna be the one to tame him, I'm gonna be the one to fix him.
Yeah.
You can fix him. Give him a therapist number because you can
There you
Zoom
go.
and do it during lunchtime now,
Mhm.
or it's still convenient.
Yeah.
Don't be that girl because you're
Yeah.
gonna be stuck in a situation. You're gonna be stuck in a situationship,
Mhm.
and you're gonna be wasting your time.
Yeah.
And that goes both ways. I mean,
Yeah,
if
it
a man
goes
is
both
watching
ways.
us right now on this
Mhm.
great show, he probably sees a woman that really needs, that is, wants to save them from whatever the situationship. I love that word. We need t-shirts.
We do.
Situationship.
Hashtag.
But,
Hashtag situationship.
The moral of the story is we don't want our life is so precious.
Yeah.
Time is
We don't-
so
we don't-
precious.
Yes.
And guess what? You see people like ourselves. We have an amazing time. It's no lie what you see on social media. We have an amazing time.
Mhm.
And we're not looking, well, I'm not looking for somebody to get me out of a rut.
No.
But rather somebody who can help me in this amazing life.
Yeah,
Right?
like
Join me in this
join
amazing.
the
Join me.
fun.
I
Like
see it-
I want
I
to
see it
share it with
Yes.
somebody.
Share it with
someone.
Yeah,
Like I
share
see
it.
like a roller coaster ride. It goes up, it goes down, it
Mhm.
takes turns, and it's fun. And
Right.
sometimes it's scary. And it's like, hey, you want to jump on?
But
Let's do it. But it's not.
that's
okay.
not. But let's talk about number 3. Time commitment.
Yeah.
What's
the time?
so in the meeting today, we
Yes.
talked
Talk
about,
about La Junta today.
so at my meeting today,
Mhm.
we talked about time commitment.
Mhm.
How I'm busy. He's busy. We're all busy in this
busy.
world.
Oh gosh.
You know, social media is good and bad. I love social media. I'm good with it.
Mhm.
I only post what I, for many, many things that I'm involved in. And so one of the things was time commitment. But my answer to that has always been, yes, you do see me busy and I appreciate everywhere I go.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love what I do. But if you really like somebody, even if
make the
friends,
time.
family, relationships, you make
make
the
the
time.
time.
You make the time. Time there. It is 24 hours in one day, right?
It takes 2 seconds to send a text.
And it takes a moment to be with that person. I mean, you can make time.
Mhm.
So how does that fit into your life?
So,
Oh,
let me ask you a question. When it comes to time, what do y'all think for us, right? We're all professional here. We all run businesses. We
Mhm.
have our 9 to 5s. We have our boards that we sit on. Like,
Yeah.
how we do it, I don't freaking know. But we
don't.
do it.
I took a nap earlier.
Actually,
Cat
so
nap.
I had to because I haven't been feeling
You're on
well.
this couch.
Yeah.
I have not
Yeah.
been. I've been sick.
But we made the time
Yeah, I'm like
I
sweating
made
my
the
behind
time
off right now
to
because I've
slow
been sick.
down to before doing this.
Right. So my question actually is,
Mhm.
so how much time is enough time? Like, what do you
Yeah.
consider? So, like, let's say, you're dating somebody.
What's healthy? So
what's
what's
healthy? I think that's where I kind of
That's where
where
I'm at right now. Like,
question.
what's
like, what's a
healthy?
healthy time?
Yeah.
Like, to dedicate to your partner who's just as equally as busy as you.
Yes.
Oh, what a great
Do
question.
you
Well,
guys-
I
What do y'all
what do you
think?
think? But I think it has to do with communication.
Right. So, like,
Like-
let's say, like, you communicate, like, you have busy days all day long, right? Like,
Mhm.
I run 2 hospitals, I have my nonprofits, I have my spa, I got the medical billing. So, I got all kinds of stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
And so, not that I don't care about, whomever, and I don't have anybody specific, right? But it's not that I don't care about them or that I'm not thinking about them. I'm literally have a million and one things going on, right? And so I, really quickly, oh, hey, hope you're having a good day.
Mhm.
And then
That's
at
all
the
it
end
takes.
of the day, like kind of like when I'm in bed or whatever, and I'm already just ready to chill, like
Mhm.
then I'm like, okay, you know what? My day's gone. My
Yeah.
day's, whatever. How was your day?
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, is that enough? Is that I don't know. Like, do you carve
Well,
out one day a week? Like, let's
I think it
dedicate
has to
it.
do
Yeah.
with the person. But then you have a basket. You got a couple of eggs. You got to
No, but then you have to settle on that. on that
Okay,
egg.
but then the egg has to claim you because
The
if the
has
egg
to
does
claim
not
you.
claim you,
If the
then
egg does not claim
if
you,
the golden
then
egg doesn't claim you, then you got the other cascarones that you meet up with. That for
I don't
Who
even
for-
have time for the one first egg. You
So,
don't even have time for the
That is a really great question.
Well,
but
but-
here's the
but-
thing on the time though.
yeah.
Again, going back to however it is that you want to date, however you want to date. For me, I think that it's very healthy in the morning to have a phone call. I love early morning phone calls, right?
And you do get up early.
I do.
I
I'm a
know, you
morning
do.
person,
You
so
are
like
not
at
a
4
morning
o'clock.
I am up at 5
Hell
a.m.
no.
5
Yeah,
a.m.
you're freaking
I'm like,
texting
when did
at
she
the
go
crack
to
of dawn. Hell no.
And I'm like, what? I don't know.
Well, okay, so Isa,
No.
Okay.
right?
Isa-
The Garcia, this Garcia,
That Garcia, 'cause this
like
Garcia is
early
polar
morning
opposite.
of the morning, and then throughout the day, communication. I love talking. I'm not much of a texter. I really like to pick up the phone. Obviously, we have meetings, not those meetings, but we have work meetings during the day. We just got a lot of stuff going on. But it basically, like to end the night, again, it is a 24-hour day. Like there are some times where we've been doing this,
Yeah.
and then we go out and meet somebody. We have a dinner, or
We have a junta.
we have
We
a
have a
meeting
junta,
meeting.
afterwards, or you just want to go with whatever is compatible with the person
Yeah.
that you're with. I mean, I'm not going to shut it down. I don't know how, like Marianne said, I don't know how it looks like,
What it looks
No.
like.
what
What's
it looks
appropriate.
like, what's appropriate. But if you really connect with somebody, it is so awesome
Okay.
to hear from them
So,
throughout the day.
so now we're talking about the golden egg. So now that you got the golden,
cascarón.
now are you talking about the golden,
golden
egg,
egg.
said, okay, we're exclusive? Is that where we're at?
because
Is
it's
this
already
where
been
we're at?
because it's already been established.
So it's
that
been
we're
okay. So
exclusive.
now we've established the golden
golden
egg
egg.
has chosen you.
Yay.
Fine. Then the healthy communication of your expectations,
course.
but also keeping in mind, you're like, what's your day like? What's my day like? What can we
Listen.
do? And then we have
Go with
kids.
the flow.
Kind of like
Mhm.
here's what we could do, and then that's it. I read somewhere about that communication is the biggest thing, and that's one of the things that I always failed at. With when I was dating a long time ago, and now I've learned so much after so many years. Like communication is key with everything. And that's something that I share even with my kids from day one, learning how to speak and how to communicate. I was communicating with my kids with sign language. That's how bad I wanted them to make sure that they said what they felt. And now they tell me how they feel and they hurt my feelings. But then I tell them, don't worry if it hurt my feelings, because one day I want you to be able to
Right.
tell your partner at work, at wherever, but especially your partner, how you feel, what you need, what you want. Because even to this day, there are people, some of my junta people that are like, well, what do you want? And I'm like,
Right.
But you know what?
but then I'm like,
But
okay,
don't lose yourself in the process.
Yeah.
That's
No.
another thing that I
Yeah.
very weird about when it comes to meetings.
What-
Is that when you find the golden egg, you need to continue your life the way that
Yes.
you've always done your life.
yeah,
Like
and the golden
I
egg
don't
has to be
want
okay with that.
yeah. Like I don't want to change doing this. Obviously, there are some give and takes,
Yeah,
right?
but like, should
Compromise.
There's compromise.
There's
I
compromise.
understand. I get you 100%.
Yeah.
I don't want to mold myself
No.
to somebody
Absolutely.
else, and someone else shouldn't have to mold themselves
No,
to
to
me. If it happens organically, then it's gonna mesh.
I like one time.
I
we-
love what they're saying there right
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
Always have a date night and communicate regularly. So
But
guys,
what's regularly
Okay.
though? What
make
that's
the
our
most
question.
of lunch and coffee day dates.
Oh,
Oh,
yay!
no
Yay!
stress to hire a sitter, and you have to eat. It's a win-win.
You
And
have to
that
eat.
was my new super comadre, Kimberly McTorry.
She was
Canada
so
African.
awesome.
love him.
Yes. So again, real talk, and that's what this is about: having that talk, having that conversation. And I know with me, I've had to learn at the tender age of 30 something, and still, that the communication part. And I'm
course.
so, and that's one thing that my two girls can walk away with is to be able to communicate with their partner.
Mhm.
Then I release
You
you
really
to the
did, yes.
world.
Yeah.
You've done a great job.
Yes, because I know
Both
that
of you.
yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes, my kids overspeak.
Yes, I know.
But-
Mine too.
My kids overspeak. You know what? I like it because, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get teary eyed. My daughter sent me like a really long text today, and it was just amazing to hear her, like, what she had to say.
Yeah.
About you.
Yes,
Yeah.
about me, because there's some issues there, obviously,
Right,
and so
daughter.
exactly. I mean, she and I get along well, but her relationship with
Their
her
dad.
father is not, is not perfect. And so, I tell her, Kimberly, he's your dad. Like, you have to,
Yeah.
you have to work. You have to work at that relationship
Mhm.
because he's gonna be in your life for the rest of your
Forever.
life, And so today she sent me a long ass text, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm really bad about replying to text because I will get sidetracked, especially if I'm in the hospital. I will get sidetracked. I will get pulled. I will one way or another. And
Right.
then by the time I realize it, it's been like 4 hours, and I'm like, oh crap, let me go back, and I already have like a whole bunch of more, and I'm
Yeah.
like, who am I gonna reply to first?
Yeah.
And it's just different, things, right? But what I'm getting at is communication is great.
Yeah,
I've
the
taught
key.
the key is communication, but I have to learn that too, because again, some people we're in the age of like technology,
Of course.
and people don't
oversaturated
technology. And so people really, like, a lot of people don't really believe in picking up the phone and like talking anymore.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They don't believe in that, and so they're more about like, let's just text, which I get it, because I'm always busy. It's just easier to shoot a text, but because I'm always busy, I forget to reply,
Yeah.
or según yo, toda la mensa, I'm typing it, forget to
And then
push
you-
send.
And with me, I like FaceTime. I like to see, because I need to look at your face. I want to see how you're
I'm a
responding.
talker.
I'm a talker. But at the same time, I'm not a confrontational person. That's something that I've had to work on. So I'm comfortable with text because that's part of me. But so I had to push myself, like during the pandemic when I had juntas on FaceTime. Because I'm like, hey, you couldn't leave, right?
You had to-
Anywhere.
you
So
had
I'm
to
like, I had a
improvise.
junta on FaceTime, a junta on this FaceTime, whatever. But that was really cool because I missed that the visual, like seeing your face, like how are you responding, a smile, all that. So I mean that's part of it. And I saw a video with Steve Harvey, and I love Steve Harvey.
Oh, I
love
love
him.
He
him.
has
Oh
this
my
really
God.
good, this
Right.
really great movie
Oh,
about women
oh,
and
God.
men. And,
Yeah.
dating.
And how many
Yeah.
times did you see it?
Like 16, 20 times. 20 times
I get
now.
my dating advice from Steve Harvey.
Steve,
Yes.
but do you ever see his TikToks?
I know.
I
Oh,
love
God,
him.
Women brain on it doesn't
Hey,
always seem
comadre.
so simple.
Talking
it's
about
just
Steve
because you
Harvey,
just
I
don't
had
get
something
us.
prepared for you, so you can
Oh.
hear three things men need. Look,
Complicated, but men are really very simple.
We
But
easy.
with my women brain on, it doesn't always seem so simple to me.
Well, that's because you just don't get us.
Okay.
See, we're very simple. Y'all keep talking to each other.
Yeah. That's true.
Y'all keep swapping crazy information. And the deal is,
Yeah.
see, we're simple. We need three things.
Okay.
You all need a lot of things.
Yes. Yeah.
We need three things.
That's right.
We need support,
Okay, never mind.
Loyalty.
loyalty,
And
the
the cooking.
yeah.
Loyalty and the
You
cooking.
give us those three things. We got to have your support. Whatever it is, venture we're out on, whatever pursuit in life, we need your support. Then we need your loyalty. That's your love.
Mhm.
We got to know that you belong to us.
No matter
You're
what.
ours. No matter
No
what.
matter what. Yeah.
You're not off somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then we just got to have the cookie.
I like oatmeal raisin.
Well, I like everybody like cookies.
So, come
What if you got vanilla cream?
Pause it right there. Let's pick up on that.
I like that you call it the cookie too. I love that.
Love that you call it the
The
cookie.
cookie. Yeah.
So just so y'all know a little bit about the cookie jar.
The cookie
The-
jar.
Keep
it closed.
it's referring to keeping the cookie in the cookie jar until I think so many dates had happened, 30 days, 25 dates.
Yeah.
And then once you've established, and then he, the golden egg, chooses you and creates a space for like your relationship, whatever it is, your partnership, relationship, girlfriend, but whatever.
This is the movie that
Then-
you're speaking about,
Yes,
right?
then
movie.
the cookie is able to get
Released
released
from the cookie jar.
for the jar.
So hold on. So that's the plot of the movie that
Yes.
Comadre saw about 50 bajillion
bajillion
times over the pandemic. And I get random texts. I'm keeping the cookie in the cookie jar. I'm like, you do that.
What are you
too.
watching? We're all like, what are you
What are
watching?
you watching? And what cookie
Yes.
are we talking about here?
Chocolate chip.
But again, going back to it, everybody dates different with a
Differently.
different
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It is all about dating with a purpose.
Yes.
And I really love that. And once you realize what your purpose is, I think things are so they'll roll into place.
Yeah,
And,
they fall
and
into
I'm
place.
and let's get
Yeah.
back to the meeting.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I'm only talking for myself, but once I figured my purpose, it became a great, better way
Yeah.
of dating, you know, because
Yeah.
I was no longer this, you know,
You
The
found
amount-
yourself molding to what you thought their expectations were going
when
to
I'm
be.
no longer doing that.
No.
You know, let's talk about, you know, when you do go out on a date, on a meeting, and one of the biggest questions that I get is why, okay, or how long, they'll say something like, how long were you married and how many kids you have? That's normal, right?
Mhm.
And I bring this up because that is something that comes to me. You guys get asked other questions, right? And so
Yeah.
I say, well, I never been married and I don't have children. And immediately it's like, why? What happened?
What's the
Nothing
problem?
happened. Nothing happened. Life happened. You
Yeah.
know, we all take different paths in lives, right? And so, but I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
I am okay with that.
Exactly.
I'm 100% okay with that.
Yeah.
And so when I started thinking like, should I even say that? Am I getting disqualified? You know, no, this is what you think when you go on these
Yeah.
dates because it's a
Yeah.
multiple interview. And you think, am I saying that wrong? Because he's going to think something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
And am I getting disqualified from this date because I said that?
Yeah.
Until I figured out, listen, your life is your life. You need you're happy with your life. I came to terms with whatever it was. I love it. I love it,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So now when you're asked these questions, you're just very simple in saying, you know, it's gonna happen for me, or life happened or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't shut yourself down to
No.
it. But then we talk about it and I talk about it, and the purpose of me dating is this.
There
Like you
go.
said, we're gonna, either click, not click. If you're not compatible, then I say my goodbyes. We have a joke. I do the
The
Bridgerton.
the Bridgerton.
I do the Bridgerton. Have a great day. Because why? Again, what Marianne said was very powerful, and you added to it. The powerful part is that if you don't see it happening, don't try to stay. Don't stick around thinking that you're going to change this one person into whatever you want
No,
it
we
to be.
can't.
Okay, you're wasting your time.
You
Move it
are.
on.
So real talk, hashtag real talk. We're gonna come back again next week. We're closing it up, but hey, send us your questions.
Or
Send us
there's
an
a topic
experience. You have a topic.
That you want us to talk about, we can conversate. Shoot us your
Hey,
comments.
find us on Thursday at the rooftop at the Hilton
We'll
for
be
the
there.
NHPO Cinco de Mayo event.
We'll be
We want
there.
to see all of you there, 6 to 9 o'clock, rooftop at the Hilton Medical Plaza. You can meet us there. Get
Have
to
some
know
real
us.
talk.
Real talk. Yeah,
Have
we're
some
gonna
real
be
talk
shooting-
with us.
We're going to be shooting some promos.
Promos. So
come
you want to
join
jump
us.
in, give us some ideas, some topics, and we'll see you there in
Bye.
person. And
Have a
also
great
join us
night.
again next Tuesday, 7:30. Hashtag real talk with
Isa Garcia.
Mary Anderson.
and Claudia Macias. I'll see you again. We'll see you there
Good
Thursday,
night, everyone.
everyone.